Welcome to the 10th episode of the web series Revenue Stream with RMS. I'm Tracy Henderson, founder of Reach Communications. With me today is Richard Delvallée. He is the Senior Vice President of Consulting Services for RMS. Hi, Richard. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Tracy.
So today we'll be talking about a hot topic, ghost kitchens. And Richard will talk about how brands are betting and some are winning on the concept, along with some inherent benefits they bring. So Richard, before we jump into this super hot topic, you are very responsible for the data-driven insights and profit optimization strategies of RMS's clients, some of the largest organizations in the restaurant industry. So as we enter a year that's taken us all a bit by surprise with all the new outbreaks, what's top of mind for you and the clients you advise?
So to summarize in a word, I would say creativity. In the customer-driven and on-demand economy that we are in right now, thinking outside the norm is no longer a startup kind of mentality. It's really about, survival for most of the brands we work with. It's actually something that we've seen again through the pandemic is how fast brands were able to adapt. We have seen casual dining launching takeout, curbside services, and pavement seating, even adding delivery options, dealing with digital menus, adapting to safety regulations. Those are changing over and over again. All of this, in a very short period of time. And another innovative direction that we've seen, and I don't even want to call this a trend, and I'll get back to this later, is ghost kitchens.
Sure. I want to dig into it with you, Richard. But first, can you explain what a ghost kitchen is to those that might not be as familiar with the term?
A ghost kitchen is essentially a brick and mortar commercial kitchen that's set up only for delivery. Basically, there's no dining in.
Yeah. It seems to make a lot of sense for these times.
That's right. So ghost kitchens make a lot of sense financially first. There's no storefront, so you don't need front of the house staff, and rents are typically lower than typical retail space. So the kitchens basically get the food in the hands of the diner efficiently and cost effectively. This is really good business right now, especially as we know that consumer trends heading into 2022 indicate that off-premise demand will continue to rise.
Yeah, that's interesting. Can you talk to us a little bit about the findings of your recent survey?
Sure. So we know that behaviors from the early days of the pandemics are now becoming habits. Things like takeout and delivery are some of those main habits. In our last survey from November 2021, we actually saw that 49% of the respondents have used delivery at least once a week. And actually 64% of the respondents are using takeout once a week. I would say the other thing that's very interesting is that those numbers have not changed much as customers actually go back to on-premise dining.
So it's interesting, even as diners go back to restaurants, they're still choosing delivery and takeout. So it's not either or, it's both and.
Right. So for quick service in November 2021, we actually saw average check going up 21%. Compared to the same period in 2019. Wow. Sales actually increased by 5%. But when we look at traffic for those same time frames, traffic trended down 13% this year when compared to November 2019.
Yeah, so that's interesting. That 21% increase is quite sizable. Clearly, consumers want to cook less at home, even if that's where they end up eating. I guess the question is, how do ghost kitchens fit into these trends?
Right. So quick service restaurants and even fast casual brands most certainly can and actually have taken advantage of ghost kitchens. This actually allowed them to meet the increased demand that we've seen for delivery. Wendy's, for example, is actually saying that they will open 700 locations across the US, the UK, and Canada by 2025. Wow. Some of our viewers may also know about the concept called It's Just Wings, which is a concept operating out of Chili's and Maggiano's Kitchen. In their first year, between June 2020 and June 2021, US sales actually exceeded $170 million.
That's incredible. With so many brands jumping in, are there concepts, brands that shouldn't pursue a ghost kitchen?
That's a good question, Tracy. And this is why I said earlier that ghost kitchens are more of an innovation than a trend. This isn't just like adding a new item, like plant-based item on your menu. That would be a trend. Here we're talking about creating a whole business line. So who doesn't fit the ghost kitchen model? Actually, maybe restaurants that want to execute a large menu. That would be definitely an issue, right? So given the small, sometimes even shared footprint of those ghost kitchens, it's just not possible to attempt that. It's better to experiment with new concepts and double down on simplicity.
Sure. So what should brands consider as they're reducing or limiting an existing menu to accommodate a ghost kitchen, or actually just to accommodate some of the other issues in the industry right now?
So we always tell RMS clients that before creating a limited menu, whether it's actually for a ghost kitchen or not, that they must think about 3 points. The first one will be product availability. We know right now with supply chain issue, you really have to think about this. The second one will be cost of labor. So you really want to ask yourself how complex an item is to make, and really basically asking you the question, can I make this item with limited staff? And then
Sure.
The third point would be how profitable an item is. So you really want to think about the margin of each item, and really that's going to help you determine if an item should make the cut.
Well, it definitely sounds like reduced menus and ghost kitchens are a natural fit. In talking about kind of the other benefits beyond financial, what should brands be aware of as it regards to ghost kitchens?
Right, so I would think one big benefit of a ghost kitchen, simplified menu or limited menu, would be that it allows you to conduct analysis and testing. So first, brands can actually test at a smaller scale before committing to a full system test or a larger systems test. And second, ghost kitchens actually reduce the fears that brands have about testing items in their regular location. It really creates an impartial way to test different menus, menu styles, or even some item deletions. And you really can get a lot of valuable insights before you fully commit to a whole system change.
Yeah, so it's a ghost kitchen and a test kitchen all wrapped into one.
That's right. The most important thing to keep in mind is that nearly 2 years in, I think we can safely say that new dining behaviors are here to stay. We know that people want to eat restaurant prepared food at home, even when they have the option to dine in.
Yeah, that's really interesting. How we so quickly move to, I actually like it at home.
Right.
Anyway, and on that note, if you're thinking about a ghost kitchen, know that I will be ordering from it. It's been such a pleasure to talk to you today, Richard. Thanks so much for your time.
Same here. Thank you, Tracy.
To learn more about the latest consumer insights, sales, and traffic trends, or to get in touch with Richard or any of RMS's experts, you can visit revenuemanage.com. And make sure to tune into future Revenue Stream episodes. Coming up, we'll discuss 2022 trends and RMS's groundbreaking research on how consumers navigate mobile menus. And to get the latest from Revenue Stream, be sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and don't forget to hit the bell.